Hello and welcome to the latest episode of I Forgot to Grab My Paper, the Low Budget Review Show. I'm your forgetful host, Eric Smith, and today I am talking about The Ballad of Black Tom by Victor LaValle, or LaValle. And again, I forgot to look up how to pronounce his name. Either way, it's The Ballad of Black Tom. This is from Tor. It is a Tor book, T-O-R. And this is the story of Charles Thomas Tester, a young black man back in the day when it was not necessarily best to be a young black man in New York. He's a hustler. He's taking care of his father, and he carries around a guitar case that sometimes has a guitar in it, sometimes doesn't. He does odd jobs. He'll go and he'll play guitar for money, hustling out on the street. Hustling and bustling. Is that what it's called? Bustling, I think. I could be completely wrong about that. But he delivers a book to a person, and this sort of leads to him coming to the attention of some other people, and he gets hired to play at a party or gathering, and very weird, mysterious, horrific things start happening, and it's really difficult to describe. But it is The Ballad of Black Tom, and I'm going to try to talk about it. First of all, fantastic book. 5 out of 5 stars. So if you want, you can just stop right here and go and get yourself a copy and read it. If not, you can listen to me ramble a little bit. This is the first book by Vic. I'm just going to call him Victor. I hope he doesn't mind, because I don't want to keep butchering his last name. And I just forgot to look it up. But anyway, this is the first book by Victor that I have read, and I'm definitely going to read more. I happened to find it at the local Barnes & Noble, so I grabbed it. He's been on my radar for a while. And so, Charles Thomas Tester is a really interesting character. And does this tell me? Pardon me for a moment. I was hoping it would tell me what year this is taking place. And I'm sure there are context clues. If it doesn't, I don't see it in the first couple of pages. But again, it is at a time when being black, I want to say, isn't the best thing, but that could be any time. I don't know if it's during Jim Crow era exactly, because I'm not exactly sure what years that encompasses. But I suppose it doesn't matter that much. Just know that it's not modern day. So for Charles Thomas Tester, there's this element of he's leaving his home in Harlem, and he's going to these other neighborhoods where him being there after dark could get him killed. Again, sounds like it could be today, but it's not. Him being in the wrong neighborhood even during the day could cause a lot of problems, and there's not much that he can do about it. When he, at one point, is rousted by a detective and a private detective, a detective and private detective. I wasn't clarifying. He knows there's nothing he can do about it. If he talks back, he could be killed, and nobody would say a word about it. Again, could be modern day. So we meet him, we learn a little bit about him and his father. His father worked construction and basically has just worked his body until he can't work anymore. So Charles Thomas Tester is taking care of his father. He's out there hustling. He's not a great guitar player or singer, but he'll do it. But he does these other odd jobs, and he's making a delivery to this woman, a very special book from a very special, possibly seedy place. We may or may not find out about this place. And yeah, I don't want to give anything away. He delivers this book, and then later he's out performing, and this guy just walks up to him and says, "Hey, I'll pay you a bunch of money if you come to my place tomorrow and play this gathering that I'm having." And he gives him the guy gives Charles Thomas, a down payment. He leaves. This detective and private detective, this is when they roust him, and they just take the money from him, and they're like, "We've been watching that guy. Watch yourself." And then this leads to basically the rest of the story unfolding, and I think, see, there are things I want to say, but I don't want to say them because I'm afraid they're going to spoil this. Let's just say it is a supernatural horror story. All right, I'm going to put it out there. I'm just going to say this is cosmic horror. There is cosmic horror in this story. Now, it's up to you to let me know if I just spoiled things for you. I don't think so. But there you have it. It's out there now. So, my first Victor LaValle story. Incredibly well written. Love the character of Charles Thomas Tester and his father, and the relationship, and the way the story is told, and the way it unfolds. And there is a point where the POV shifts from one character to another, and we're getting, we have, in the first part of the book, we've got the story from one person's POV. It's not written in first person, but we're following one character, and then the second part of the book, we're following a different character, but it ties to the first part of the book. It's not like it's a completely different story. It's just a perspective change, I think, is the best way to put it. But it's all written well. The characters are all interesting. The time that this takes place informs how the characters react to each other, how events unfold, although again, could be happening today. Sadly. So, yeah, just great characters, great story. It's creepy. There's a little bit of horrific stuff going on in there. It's just a well-written, great, short story. Only, let's see, here we go. I'm looking. 149 pages, according to the numbers in this little book right here. Definitely going to be reading more by this author. Don't know why I waited so long. But there you have it. So, yeah. Am I forgetting anything? Possibly, because obviously I've been a bit forgetful lately. But The Ballad of Black Tom, highly recommended. I believe I gave this 5 out of 5 on Goodreads, and you should be reading this. It's really just it's not just a horror story. I think there's social commentary. Sadly, as I've said many times now, this could sadly be something that, at least not the horrific elements, but could happen today. So it seems like not a lot has changed, which is a sad thing. Anyway, pick it up and read it. It's not going to, well, it might depress you, but it will also entertain you, and it might creep you out. All right, so that's, once again, The Ballad of Black Tom. So if you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram is EricSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I've got. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith. And until next time, read more books.